Hello, Steve 89. Well, we've got some bad news about Ghostbusters Afterlife. It has been confirmed as delayed. Now, not in North America. The North American release is still going ahead November 19, no issues. But in Australia, they have postponed it. It was set to open a couple of weeks after America, December 2, which I already think was a bad idea. But now they pushed it to January 1st, 2022, which is even worse. And apparently, this was sort of rumoured by fans because some of the cinemas had changed the date in their listings and that. And some of the previews had January 1st as the opening date. So people were like, what? When did this happen? There wasn't a big announcement, but then there was a big announcement. So it's official now. And they're doing the same in New Zealand. So they're opening the film January 1st, 2022 instead of December. So it's not going to be a Christmas movie. It's going to be a New Year's movie. So it's also rumoured that they're doing this in some Asian markets, but that's not confirmed yet. They're looking at January, February, but it's unclear. But New Zealand and Australia have definitely been confirmed. And I'm guessing that's because they want a more united, wide release in Australia. Because I'm guessing Shang-Chi just opened, and because Sydney and Melbourne are locked down, it's only playing in Queensland and the ACT and whatever parts of Australia. I don't even know the other parts of Australia. I don't care. Sydney and Melbourne are the only ones that matter. But yeah, I'm guessing they're noticing those dollars are missing, and they're sort of Disney's looking at that release and thinking, perhaps we might not want to do that with Ghostbusters Afterlife. Maybe we should just release it, push it back and release them all. Because, the pirating and the rumours and the gossip and all that, and the leaks and spoilers, it's going to ruin the box office here in Australia because people are going to know everything and not watch the film, or they're just going to, I don't know where to find them because I don't pirate, but people who know where to find them are going to find copies of Shang-Chi, and they're not going to go to the cinema. So they should have just moved the whole film, because having it open in some cities, not others, is just the dumbest thing ever. So I'm guessing they want to avoid that with Ghostbusters, which is smart. But they should have just done a wide release in general, because having a different release date for international versus American releases is never good. They could get away with it back in the day, but now we're in the days of the internet. We can't do that anymore because leaks, spoilers, clips, videos, pirated versions of the film, they are out in a second and they're everywhere. The only really way to have a film open wide and have everyone have to go and see it and enjoy it without any spoilers is to do a wide release, the whole world at the same time. You can't really do the different international stuff. And the weirdest thing is sometimes they open stuff here the week before America. And I'm like, I never understood that. Kind of glad that we didn't have to wait as long sometimes. But then America has to deal with being spoiled and leaks and pirating and all stuff. So I just don't understand why they don't just keep the releases the same. I guess Americans are a bigger market and they have been screaming for a year to get this film. So that's why they're not pushing that. And also, they don't need to because they're open there. But I think they're going to lose box office because of the international stuff. But I don't know how I feel about the film, actually. Because I watched the original when I was a kid. I loved it for the ghosts. I saw it as an adult, and I didn't really like the humour. I felt it was very blue collar, a bunch of guys sitting around locker room talking about women and those sort of jokes. And it kind of fit into what we call in Australia bogan culture. It really came across that way when I watched it as an adult. I have to rewatch this. I haven't watched them since about 2001. I watched them with a very feminist friend who had a lot of opinions. So I probably should watch it again objectively, and probably watch the 2016 film again as well, because I saw that once in the cinema and I had some issues with it being sexist against men just as much as the older films were sexist against women. So I liked parts of the films, but also had issues with both the films for completely opposite reasons. So I think I'm going to sit down, have a marathon and watch them all together and see how I feel. But the whole idea that this new film is more for kids and all that, I don't know why I got so bothered by that, because the idea that it's more of a Spielbergian sort of Stranger Things sort of film, I think I'm actually going to enjoy that more, because I enjoyed E.T. and the Goonies a lot more than I did the Ghostbusters, the originals. So I'm thinking this is a good thing, and I probably shouldn't be so bothered about it. But I kind of was at first. I thought, it's just going to be all kiddie, and it's just going to be really, kiddie. And then then they're talking about Spielbergian sense of wonder and adventure and kids discovering something, and I'm like, that could that could work. That could be more enjoyable and probably something I could relate more to than a bunch of blue-collar guys. And the humour in the first film was very different from the second film. The way I remember it was the second film was just trying to be more comedy, whereas the first film was very much more based on those characters and their experience and not being able to get a job and all that sort of side of things. And the film was just, people have said Stripes with ghosts. And I never saw Stripes because I didn't want to, because I was pretty sure I wouldn't like it. But I might have to watch that as well, so I understand the comparisons. But I'm going to go. I'm over 5 minutes. I didn't think I'd talk this long about this, but yep. 2021 we're waiting for till now, but we'll survive. We can get through the pandemic, we can get through waiting for Ghostbusters, and hell, I might even see it in the cinema in January. I might even be out by then, but I wouldn't be seeing it probably sooner. I don't know. I'm gonna go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks. Bye.